Here are 17 areas or things that you can declutter in 60 seconds or less. If you are feeling short on time but you still want to make progress, you can use the 1-minute rule. You can declutter your home 1 minute at a time. You didn't accumulate a house full of stuff in a day or a weekend. It was probably more of a gradual process. So really, you can't declutter it in just a day or a weekend. It is going to take some time. Instead of bringing all of your incoming mail into your house, why don't you sort through it as you're walking into your house and take all of the junk mail, all of the things you know that you do not need, and toss them straight into the recycling bin before you can even bring them in the house. Then it never makes it inside, and that clutter is gone. Surely you have a coat or a jacket that you don't wear anymore, or maybe hats and gloves. So take a quick minute to look through your closet and find anything that you do not want, you do not use, or you do not like anymore, and go ahead and donate those. I can almost always find several pieces of garbage or things that do not belong in my junk drawer or utility drawer, whatever you want to call it. Go ahead and look through it and see if there's any assignments that your kids have brought home from school that you don't need anymore, or pens that don't work, or pencils with no eraser left, or any flyers for any events that have already passed. Go ahead and just get rid of that stuff. I subscribe to one magazine and sometimes they just start to pile up. So go ahead and just take 1 minute to recycle any of the magazines that are not current. And then look in your fridge and throw out expired condiments or leftovers that have been in there for probably over a week. It's probably time to throw them out. Or veggies that have turned to mush, despite your good intentions. And while you're in the kitchen, go ahead and look in your pantry. Are there any crackers, chips, cookies, any of those things that have gone stale? Are there any cans of food that have gone way beyond their expiration date? Or even rice with larvae in it? Pretty disgusting. I've found that before and it's not very fun. Check your spice cabinet to see if there's any of the items in there that you haven't used in a really long time, or any that have gone way beyond their expiration date, or even some that you just didn't like and you know you probably won't ever use them again. Go ahead and just throw all that out. Do you tend to collect mugs, or do you have any that are chipped? Well, go ahead and just pick a couple of those and either throw them out if they're chipped or donate them. You probably have too many. Are any of your water bottles scratched or dented, or maybe they just don't fit in your cupboard? Go ahead and just take a minute to pick out a couple that you don't use and donate them. Take a quick peek in your medicine cabinet. Are there any that you just only used a couple of times and it's been a really long time since you used them, or they're beyond their expiration date? Just get those and toss those out. I just wanted to mention that really I'm talking to myself here, because a lot of these things are places that I want to go and declutter, and I know that I can get done quite a bit in just that minute. And if you are enjoying this video, I would love it if you would give it a like. Now on to unmatched socks. Do you have a pile of them on your washing machine or somewhere in your laundry room? It's probably safe to say that it's time for them to go. And when you fold your laundry, do you find underwear and socks that have holes in them? Yeah, just toss those out. They're gross. This next one is probably my favorite. Social media can be quite a time sucker. I imagine that you feel the same way as I do. It can also be a huge downer, making you feel less than or making you feel depressed. So why don't you just go ahead and remove a bunch of those apps off your phone, even if it's just for a week or a month. I've done this before and it's so good for me and I need to do it again. But get rid of your Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, but make sure you keep YouTube, right? You need YouTube. And while you're on your phone, go ahead and delete any apps that you don't use anymore. Have your kids downloaded some games on there that they thought that they would play a lot and they kind of forgot about and it's taken up space on your phone? Go ahead and just delete those. Find any goopy or dried up old nail polish or nail files that have been worn down that don't work anymore, or makeup that has gone expired, or maybe there's just like the tiniest bit left in the tube that you can't even get out. Go ahead and just toss all that stuff. Are there any broken toys in your house, or any that have been shoved to the back of the closet or stuck down at the bottom of the bin or the basket, or toys that your kids have outgrown? And maybe even puzzles. Puzzles, if you're missing a piece, that's probably one of the most frustrating things, so just throw that out. And games as well. If you find that you are missing some pieces to a game, maybe you want to go ahead and get rid of that as well. Then maybe take a quick walk around your house and pick up any trash that is left on the counters or on the floor or anywhere in your house. Or even just pick a cluttered, overwhelming spot and take 1 minute just to pick out all the garbage in there and just get rid of all that. This list could go on and on. Anytime that you have a spare minute, go ahead and just pick one of these areas to declutter. I think you will be surprised at how much of a difference it makes. I really think that you will enjoy this video next. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. I really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.